Okay, today we will study how to construct a reduced grammar, that means reduced context free grammar. So there are two theorems basically used to construct a reduced CFG. So theorem 1, if G is a context free grammar such that language generated by G, grammar G, is not a phi, then we can find an equivalent grammar G dash such that each variable, that is non-terminal, in G dash derives some terminal string. Okay, so construction of a reduced grammar. Let us see. So let G is a grammar, a CFG grammar. Now we define G dash. That means the reduced grammar. That means a reduced grammar will contain less number of non-terminals and less numbers of productions. P dash. So it is constructed as follows. So construction of Vn dash, that means the set of non-terminals for the reduced grammar. So first we consider a set of non-terminals Wi, which is a subset of Vn. Vn means the set of non-terminals of grammar, original grammar G, okay, by a recursive way. So Wi is a set of non-terminals which is a subset of the Vn, okay, and I will start from 1. You can see now we can start I from 1. That means we'll first construct W1, the first set of non-terminals. Okay, so how W1 is constructed, you can see. So W1 is equal to A. A means a non-terminal. There exists a production. A derives W, and W is a collection of terminals. So W you can belongs to sigma star. That means where W small w means a string of terminals only. That is sigma star. That means clean star over the set of alphabets. Your sigma means 0 or more collection of or combination of alphabets or the strings of terminals only. That is the strings of terminals only. Okay, so W1 is constructed. How W1 is constructed? So W1 is a set of non-terminals from where we directly get strings of terminals only. Okay. Okay, now let us see how Wi plus 1 is constructed. So Wi plus 1 is constructed by combining Wi, that means the set of non-terminals in the previous step, union A, that means set of non-terminals such that there exists a production. A gives you your alpha, where alpha is a set of terminals combined with the non-terminals found in the step I, that means the previous step. Okay, and star means that alpha can also be your null, or your, you can say that is null string, or we say epsilon. Okay, so that means if there is a production such that alpha is there in the right hand side, and alpha contains at least one non-terminal from the Wi, okay, along with terminals. Okay, terminals may be there or may not be there, but at least one non-terminal should be there from the Wi, but no non-terminals other than the non-terminals from Wi. Okay, so this is the main rule. So by definition, Wi is a subset of Wi plus 1 for all I. Okay, so as Vn, that means the set of original non-terminals, has only a finite number of variables. So Wk is equal to Wk plus 1 for some k less than equal to Vn. Therefore Wk equal to Wk plus j for all j greater than equal to 1. We define Vn dash equal to Wk. So that means what? We will stop the process at Wk when Wk will be equal to Wk plus 1. That means the non-terminals found at k plus 1 step is equal to the non-terminals found in the previous step. So this is all about your constructing Vn dash. So now we will see how to construct the set of production rules for the reduced grammar. Okay, the set of production rules are constructed in this way. So the set of production rules are: A gives you alpha, where such that A and alpha belongs to Vn dash union sigma star. Okay, so the alpha is belongs to Vn dash and A also belongs to Vn. So we can define that G dash is will be Vn dash sigma P dash and S. So S belongs to Vn. So let us see with an example. So let G be a grammar with production S, A, B, A, B, B, capital B, capital C, capital E, small c. Find G dash such that every variable in G dash derives some terminal string. So let us see. So we'll first construct the set of non-terminals Vn dash. That means the non-terminals of the reduced grammar. That is the grammar G dash, which contains less number of non-terminals and productions than G. Okay, so we will first construct W1. So W1 is constructed. So we'll see all the productions. We'll see all the productions where the right hand side contains only terminals or null. So you can see this is a production where right hand side contains only terminals. So we'll take A in the W1 set. Okay, so now we will see the other productions where the right hand side contains only terminal strings. So here this is one small b is there. So we'll take this production as okay, and the left hand side with the non-terminal will be taken in the W1 set. So similarly you will see another production is there where right hand side contains terminal. Only one terminal is there, but it may contain more than one terminals on the right hand side. In that case we will take the non-terminal on the left hand side. So here we will take E also. So okay, so we have found a W1 set. That means set of all non-terminals in the first step. Okay, since these are the production with the terminal string on the right hand side. Okay, so W1 is constructed with this rule. So I will find W2. So W2 is combination of W1 union A1 belongs to a non-terminal where the A1 is on the left hand side of a production, and alpha on the right hand side of a production, where alpha is a combination of all the non-terminals in that set W1 with some terminals. Okay, terminals may be there or may not be there, but only the non-terminals from the W1 should be present. Okay, in the production. Then only we will take A1 into the W2 set. Okay, so we will see that ABE. So ABE is there or not in some production rules on the right hand side. Okay, only A, B, E should be there. Okay, so only A, B and E should be there on the right hand side. Otherwise, if other than A, B, E is any non-terminals other than A, B, E is there on the right hand side, then we will not take that production into consideration. Okay, so we will see this is a production where A, B, E is there. Okay, both A and B is there. So we can take this production rule, and the non-terminal on the left hand side is taken into W2. So okay, so S, you can see S is taken in W2. Okay, and you can see on the for other production rules, this is a production where only terminal is there, and we can also take A. Actually A is already taken in the W1, so it is meaningless to take consider it again. So this that means we get A, B, E and S. So you can see there is a production rule where a non-terminal C is there on the right hand side. Okay, but we have not taken this non-terminal. Okay, but it is okay. So you can say C is not a non-terminal in W1 set. Okay, so this production is not taken as consideration. So the B is not taken, but okay, but you can see that this B actually comes from the W1 set, so we have taken it. So okay, so so suppose if some other non-terminal, say F gives you C was there, then will have not will not take Fs into the W2 set. Okay, so that is my the concept I want to tell you. So here, okay, you can see now this is your W2. So what about W3? So W3 is W2 union the non-terminals, okay, where the right side of the production rule of the non-terminal, production rule of the non-terminal contains the only the non-terminals from W2 with some terminals. Okay, so that means the already non-terminals, these are the non-terminals from the W2 set with some terminals. Okay, with some terminals, or may not be the terminals on the right hand side, or maybe no production, no non-terminals from the W2 set may be there, but only production, only the terminals can be there. Then also we can take the non-terminal into W3 set. That is why star is there. No, if it is null is also there, then we can also take the non-terminal on the left hand side. Okay, so into W3. So in this way, you can see that no other non-terminals are found, where S, A, B, E is there on the right hand side, on okay, with some terminals. So that means all the non-terminals are already taken from all the production. So this is, that means W3 is equal to W2 union of phi. That is W2 union phi means W2. So W3 is equal to W2. So we will stop here. Okay, so if you further compute W4, then you will get W4 equal to W3. If you compute W5, then you will find that W5 is equal to W4. So in that way, it is meaningless to continue the iteration recursion process. So we will stop it here. So Vn will be the set of non-terminals found in the W3. So the set of non-terminals found in the W3 is actually W2. So A, B, E, S all are taken as in the Vn dash. So what about the production rules? So A dash, P dash is the production rules of the reduced gamma. So A1 alpha. So A1. So alpha belongs to Vn dash union sigma star. So we'll see that Vn dash means a set of non-terminals found in the reduced grammar. So this set of non-terminals found in the reduced grammar. So set of non-terminals found in the reduced grammar S, A, B, and E. So S, A, B, E is there on the right hand side of the production. So A, B is there. So we'll take this production S, A, B. S, A, B is taken, and terminal is there. Only terminal is there. We will take this production. This is the terminal is there. We will take this production. So A, B, B is taken. A, B, B is also taken. But since here, since capital C is not a non-terminal in Vn dash, that is why this production is not taken. Okay, and it will be taken again. EC is taken. So this is all about the production rules found in the reduced gamma. So this is all about your theorem 1. Now let us consider theorem 2. So in theorem 2, for every CFG, we construct an equivalent grammar G dash. Okay, that is Vn dash, sigma dash, P dash, and S. Okay, such that every symbol in Vn dash and sigma dash appears in some sentential form. That is, for every symbol in Vn dash union of sigma dash appears in some sentential form. That is, sentential form means a string which contains terminals as well as non-terminals. Okay, so that is for every x. X is a sentential form in Vn dash union sigma dash. There exists an alpha such that from S we can get the string alpha, and X is a symbol in the string alpha. Okay, so this is all about your theorem 2. Okay, so let us see, construct a G dash grammar. We'll construct a G dash grammar as follows. So construction of Wi for all I greater than equal to 1. So we will start from W1, W2, W3 in this way. Okay, so that is why I starts from 1 and greater than 1. Okay, so W1, W2 in this way it is found. So say W1 is taken as the first starting symbol of the grammar. So S. So W1 is will be taken as S in this theorem. So the Wi plus 1 is equal to Wi union of X belongs to terminals and non-terminals, that such that there exists a production A alpha with A, belongs to Wi and alpha containing the symbol X. That means X is a sentential form. X is a string in sentential form. Okay. So it is to be noted that Wi is a subset of Vn union sigma, and Wi is a subset of Wi plus 1. We will stop finding new W for some k such that Wk is equal to Wk plus 1, as we have done earlier. It is similar here also. So the construction of Vn dash and your sigma dash and p dash is we defined Vn dash is equal to Vn intersection of Wk, and sigma dash equal to sigma intersection of Wk, and p dash equal to, this is the production. So this is already this theorem 2. We will apply this theorem. Actually, you don't have to prove this theorem 1 or theorem 2. These theorems are applied to find the reduced grammar. So let us consider a grammar. I will apply theorem 2 on the grammar. So G is a grammar where P consists of these productions. So W1 will be the starting symbol first, okay, and W2 will be starting symbol union X belongs to Vn union sigma, that such that there exists a production A your derives alpha with A belongs to W1 and alpha containing X. So you can see that what will be the value of X. X will be A and B. So how it is found? So you can see that see A and B is there on the right hand side of the of some production. Okay. Okay. So and the string on the left hand side is taken. So you can see. So X is a string which is found on the right hand side of some productions, okay, where X is a combination of terminals and non-terminals. Okay, so you can see the A is taken and also B is taken in this set. Okay, and W3 is equal to A. So now A, B and S containing that means from A and B we get some strings or not. So you can see from S we get AB, so AB is taken. Now this is all about your W2. So now what will be the W3? From S or A or B, what are the strings which is been found on the right hand side? So you can see from A we get small a, from B we get small b. So small a and small b will be taken as the union in the W3. So AB is taken also here. Just a second. Okay, so I think this is union W3. Okay, so here S. So what we are doing here? So first W1 is equal to starting symbol. Then from starting symbol we see what are the strings we are getting from S. That means from S we are getting A and B. So separately we will take A and B and combine it with S. So it will be W2, and W3 will be from S or A or B what strings we are getting. So from A we are getting again small a, and from B we are getting again small b. So we will take small a and small b. So small a and small b also taken, and this is your all about your W3. So the W3 is equal to, you can also write S A B small a small b. Okay. Okay. Now what will be the W4? So W4 from S we have to check. From A we have to check again. We have from B we have to check, but we cannot check A, small a and small b, because small a and small b are should not be there on the left hand side of a CFG. We know that. So that means from these strings we have to see. From these non-terminals we have to see what strings we are getting on the right hand. So from these three non-terminals we are getting again there's all those things. So we will do not find any new non-terminals or the string or some terminals. So W4 is equal to W3. So this is all about your set of non-terminals. So now production rules. So what are the production rules? So A, B, and if A, B is there on the right hand side, we will take the production. And if small a is there on the right hand side, then we will take this production. Small b is there, we will take the production. But small c is not there in this set, W3 set. So this E is not taken. So that is why the production this and this is taken in P dash set in the reduced production of the reduced gamma. Okay. So now we will construct a reduced CFG in two steps. We first apply theorem 1 and then theorem 2. By step 2, that means when we will apply theorem 2, every symbol x in G dash appears in some sentential form, say alpha x, capital X, beta, and where capital X is a set of terminals and non-terminals in sentential form. That means, so by step 1, every symbol in this string, the whole string, derives some terminal string. Therefore, S derives this. Then after that, we get the terminals for some terminals. So that means G dash is the reduced grammar. So we'll find so we'll find a reduced grammar ultimately equivalent to a grammar G whose production rules are this. So you will see that this is a grammar whose there is a grammar whose production rules are these are the production rules. So in step 1, we will first apply theorem 1. That means so W1 will be the set of non-terminals from where we are directly getting string of terminals. Okay, so you can see that from A we are getting a terminal, from C we are getting a terminal. So we will take A and C in this W1 set. Fine. Okay, so see again. So A, from capital A we are getting small a. That means set of terminals, string of terminals. So we will take A. So again here in this production you can see from capital C we are getting a small b. That means a string of terminals. So we will take capital C. So A and C is taken in W1. Okay, so that is why I written this production and this productions with a terminal string on the right hand side. So now we will find W2. So W2 is W1 union of the non-terminals where the production rule on the right hand side have of that non-terminal have the non-terminals from W1 only with some string, or may not be with some small your terminals. Okay, so you can see that where here, so A and C has been taken. So if A is there on the right hand side or not, here you can see A is there on the right hand side. So S gives you CA, means what? On the right hand side A is there. Again you can see C is also there. So we can take now S into W2. So we have taken S into W2. But here you can see that A is there, but also another non-terminal B that is not there in the W1. So we will not consider this production rule to take S. Okay, so we are only considering this production, that means SCA to take S into W2. Okay, similarly you can see here BC is there. So for that we cannot take B into W2. Again AB here, although A is there in W1, but B is a non-terminal which is not there in W1, so we will not take this production into consideration to take B. Okay, and we can take okay, here you can see in the right hand side there is only small a. We can take A. Yes, we can take A into W2, and from here also the small b is there. We can take capital C into W2 also. It is already came from W1 itself, so it is already there. So A, C, and S. Fine. So now we will construct W3. So W3 is a union of W2 set and all the non-terminals where the right hand side of that some production of that non-terminal have the non-terminals from W2 set only. Okay, with some terminals. So you can see is there any production where A, C or S, only S is there on the right hand side with terminals. So you can see A, C NS, there is no other. So you can see here it is BS there. Okay, B is not in W2. Therefore, this product C cannot be taken. So, so C is already there. So you cannot consider this production. So here you can see A, B. The A is there, but B is not there in W2. So that is why this production is not taken into consideration. So that is why you will see the phi is. We have not found any production rule or not found any non-terminals where ASC or S is there, only ASC, S, or all the AC or any of the two or any of the three of the non-terminals on the right hand side with some terminals. Okay, so now it is 5. So ACS, this is the your set of non-terminals in W3. So W3 is equal to W2, you can see. Therefore, we will stop here, and this is that means the W2 will be the set of non-terminals. So the A, S, A, and C. So set of production rules we will find it. So how to find? So we will find the set of the production rules where these only the non-terminals found in the V and dash, that means the non-terminals of V and dash are there on the right hand side with some terminals. So you can see S, so the non-terminals were S, A, and C. So S, A, and C is there on the right hand side. Here you can see C, A. So you can take S, C, A, this production into P dash. Again, small a, you can take this production. Small b is capital C, small b, you can take it, but you cannot take small a, capital B. That means this production C gives you small a, capital B, because B is not there in the V and dash. Okay, so only 3 productions can be taken. So that is why S, C, A, A, and C, B. S, C, A, and C, B. Okay, now let us see. So G1 dash is equal to, this is the set of the reduced gamma. So now we'll apply step 2, that is apply theorem 2 to G1. So we'll take first take the your starting symbol in W1, then we'll find all the symbols okay found from the production rules where S is there on the left hand side. So from S we are getting, you can see from S we are getting A and B. Is there any other production where S is on the left hand side? No. That means only A and B can be taken in your W2. So W2 is S union AC. That means here you can say S, A, and C. Okay. So now again from how to find W3, we'll see all the symbols that can be found from the productions where S, A, and C is there on the left hand side. So from A there is a production A, small a, and capital C, small b in the grammar, original grammar. So we'll take small a and b into the set, so into the set of W3. So okay, and from W3 we get this thing. So here and the production rule will be your W4 is equal to W3. That is why we have stopped here. And the production rule will be where the S, A, and C and small a and small b is only there on the right hand side. From that you can see that P dash will P double dash we are getting P dash. That means P dash means this set of productions. Okay, so therefore G dash is the reduced gamma. Okay, now see another example. Construct a reduced gamma equivalent to the grammar whose productions are these. So here you can see these are the production rules of the gamma. So we'll apply step 1, that means theorem 1. So from theorem 1 we will find the production where the right hand side contains only terminals. So is there any production rules? You can see, so here you can see that C, capital C, we are getting a string of terminals, small a, small b, and small c. Therefore we will take C in W1. Is there any other production where only non-terminals are there on the right hand side? No. So only C will be there in the W1. Okay, that is why I have written that this C, small a, small b is the only production with a terminal string on the right hand side. Okay, so W2 is a union of W1 as well as the non-terminals that are there where you can see so from C from C Okay, so small c, we are getting, is there c on the right hand side? So here E and A, okay, so yeah, here you can see that c is there on the right hand side, okay, along with some terminals. So we can take E into the W2 set. So E has been taken into W2 set. Okay, is there any other production node where only C is there, capital C, that means only non-terminal C is there along with some terminals? Yes, you can see that C is there, only C, non-terminal C is there. Okay, although it is two non-terminal C is there, but only C is there, not other than C, other than non-terminal C is there on the right hand side. So we can take this production into consideration, and I will take capital A into our set of W2. So E and A, and there is no other production node where only C along with some terminals are there. Okay, okay, there is no other production node. So there will be E and A only along with C in the W2. So this is these two productions are with RHS with this condition. So now we'll find the W3. Okay, W3 will be W2 union of the non-terminus, where only the non-terminus or non-terminals of W2 along with some terminals are there, or only terminals on the right hand side are there. Okay, so we'll see C, E and A, only C, E and A can present, or only terminals are present on the right hand side. Then we can take the non-terminal from the left hand side of the production into W3. Okay, you can see CEA, C is already been taken, A is there, but capital D is also there. Okay, so we cannot take this production into consideration. Okay, okay, here you can see here C, capital C, capital E and capital A. So capital A is there, along with some terminals. So we can take this production and we'll take S, this non-terminal S into W3 set. So therefore S is taken into W3 set. So this S is there. So CEA S. So this is the production from where we collected S. Okay. So now W4, you will find that W4 is equal to W3. So this is that means W3 is the set of non-terminals of V and S. So V and S equal to W3 S A C, capital E. Okay, and set of production node. How to find the set of production node? So production nodes will be all the production nodes will be taken where only S, A, capital C and capital E are there on the right hand side along with some terminals. So you can see this production. So we can take this production. Okay, you can see this this production can be taken because this capital A, that means the capital